Hi everyone, this is Aaron Hart, the Executive Director of Open. We are a public service of U.S. Games and BSN Sports. We've partnered with the Department of Education in Virginia, the SUNY Cortland Amp Lab, and the SUNY Research Foundation to bring physical education resources to HealthSmart Virginia. This short video is going to walk you through some of those resources, talk about how to find them, and how to implement them in your physical education programs. As you can see, the HealthSmart Virginia website provides resources for grades K through 12. In each of the tabs across the top, you'll find a grade level landing page that includes health education and physical education resources. If you want to filter by a specific topic or grade level, you can use the filter tools across the bottom. Let's click into grade 10. On the grade 10 landing page, you'll see the health education standards and resources are provided first. If we scroll down, we'll come to the physical education standards and resources second. There are a variety of different tools that you can access, including assessments, academic language cards, and essential strand glossaries. If you click any of the tabs across the top of the screen, you'll notice that this organization carries over to all landing pages. So if I click into the 4th grade page, health education standards and resources are listed. As I scroll down, the physical education standards and resources are listed here. If we want to click into any of these links and check out the resources, for example, let's click into lacrosse games. The PDF file will open up and you can either view it from your browser or you can download it directly to your computer and view it in Adobe Acrobat. So I'm going to view it in Acrobat. Let's see if I can resize this a little bit for everyone to see better. And let's look at one full page. So as you go through each module, you'll notice that all of the alignment and standards that are included in this particular module are from the Virginia Standards of Learning. So all of the standard codes match up directly with the Standards of Learning for Virginia, as well as all of the text. So this is just an overview of the standards that we cover as a focus. As we scroll through, you'll notice that each activity plan is aligned to a specific standards focus, and then as we get into the actual activities, you'll see that the standards are listed for each activity as well. So I'm going to back up for just a minute and walk through the module from a perspective of the table of contents so that you can kind of get an idea of how open physical education resources work within your classroom. We provide a module overview, the required materials list, as well as a series of activity plans that are sequenced to build progression. We have a sample lesson plan that combines a number of the activities into one complete lesson. This gives you a model of how a full 30 to 45 minute lesson would run. There's an academic language poster, a series of academic language posters actually, that you can print in order to cover the cognitive component of the lesson. There's things like hand placement charts, station cards, and universal design adaptations. And then finally, there's a series of assessment tools along with a teacher self-evaluation and reflection guide. All of those tools make up one complete module. As you can see at the bottom here, we recommend that you pair these activities with an instant activity. OpenPhysEd.org has a complete library of instant activities that you can choose from. You take the instant activity and you pair it with a skill development activity and another skill development activity, and then a check for understanding. And of course, this is just a suggestion. You can always implement the activities in a way that fits your schedule or your block plan. As we go through, there's some descriptions of what the assessments that we provide are and how we suggest that you use them. And then there's a block plan. This block plan, again, builds the sequence from simple to complex, and we begin with the most simple in lesson 1, and then we build all the way through lesson 8, where we build the progression up to small-sided games and more complex dynamic environments. The station day is really an opportunity for students to show off everything that they've learned. Teachers can do evaluations, they can take a look at the rubric and see where students are at the end of the module compared to where they were at the beginning of the module. The materials list gives you all of the different equipment that you need, as well as all of the resources that you'll need to print out. There's a link so you can hop into the US Games website and check out the equipment there. Once you get through the overview of the actual module, then we get into the activity plans. All of the activity plans are laid out in the same way. We begin with student targets that align to the standards that we're addressing. We have teaching cues to give you those teaching words to use within the lesson. We also provide all the equipment and setup that you'll need along with a diagram. So if our description isn't really meeting your needs, you have the diagram to help you understand the setup. The activity procedures are listed here. Grade level progressions are available. And then on the back of the page, we also provide universal design adaptations to help you include all students within your physical education lesson, the academic language focus words that we would suggest. Here's the standards and outcomes that we're working towards. And then finally at the bottom we have two key components of our academic rigor process. Number one is the debrief questions, and these are all based on Webb's depth of knowledge, which also aligns with Bloom's taxonomy, and it takes students from very simple thinking through more complex and advanced thinking. And then finally, teaching strategy focused are all based on the Marzano strategies for ensuring academic rigor within your classroom. As we scroll through, you'll notice that all of the activities are laid out in the exact same way. This will allow you to find the information quickly and easily. Once we get through the activities, we'll come to a lesson plan. Here's the sample lesson plan. It defines the focus outcomes, what the focus targets are, all the academic language that we'll be using, as well as the selected assessment that we'll use. On the backside, there's really a roadmap that allows you to go from your instant activity all the way through to your exit assessment. There's transition notes, what activity we suggest, and then the debrief questions. This is meant to be printed out front and back so that you have everything that you need and you can just flip the page and there's your roadmap. Once you have the lesson plans in place, you'll go through and choose all of the academic language cards that you'll need for the day. You can see that there is a giant library of academic language words that you can choose from. And then there's printables like hand placement charts, task cards, station cards, and other resources that will be helpful. Here's all the station cards. Once you get through those resources, you'll come to the assessments. The first assessment is a self-assessment. Students will do a self-evaluation of the critical skills that we've identified for teaching basic lacrosse: cradle, scoop, throw, catch, and then safety. Students will fill in a pre-assessment after this concept or skill has been covered in class. Then they'll set a goal on where they want to be. Then at the end of the module during the station day, they'll complete the post-assessment. The holistic performance rubrics give the criteria that students should be able to meet at the end of the module. However, it's very important that you share this criteria with students at the very beginning so they know what they're working towards. There's two different rubrics. One of them has skills and personal and social responsibility combined into one, and the second one has skill and personal social responsibility in two different columns to be assessed separately. Finally, there's an academic language quiz. This is a sample quiz. You can take this concept and create your own. Just so you know, all of the questions and answers are taken directly from our academic language cards, so there is no answer key. If you're looking for an answer, you can refer to our academic language cards. The final resource in the module is a teacher self-evaluation and reflection guide, and this is based all on the Danielson framework in 4 domains of teaching. It allows you as an educator to go through and reflect on your planning and preparation, your classroom environment, instruction, and professional responsibilities. This is a great way to make notes on how you want to modify the same module for next year's teaching. That's what a complete openphysed.org module looks like, and as you can see, I'll click out of this one and we go back to HealthSmart Virginia. There is a series of modules that you can choose from, all aligned to the Virginia Standards of Learning. That's a very brief walkthrough of HealthSmart Virginia. We are really excited to be able to provide ongoing support and additional modules and resources over time, so please check back often, and thank you very much for the opportunity to serve the teachers of Virginia.